my strength and my Redeemer. We see in all of our prayers, our collect, our epistle and gospel for today, preparation. Preparation. It is time to prepare. We prepare for the coming of our Lord. We prepare for the coming of our Lord that was necessitated by our sin. People every year, as the calendar goes by and goes by and goes by, wonder, and sometimes we'll ask aloud, why do we wear violet? Why isn't it white? Why aren't we celebrating the coming of our Lord? Which of course we will do at the appropriate time. But this time of preparation, when we prepare something, how do we do it? When we're getting ready to fix a meal, or we've got company coming to the house, what's the first thing, ladies, you all know this, what's the first thing we do? We clean. Clean the house. Clean the dishes. We make sure the kitchen is spotless so that all the work that is to come will be done in a clean environment, will be done in a pure and right way as best we can. And so we begin to clean. We begin to shrive ourselves of sin, to chip away those accretions of ill thought and ill deed that have accumulated over the years, at least, at the very least, since the last Advent I A D. St. Paul, of course, gives us a list of preparations. He summarizes the law. In the beginning, God gave us the law. Why? Because we were lawless, because we needed it, because we had to have it. It was a law of the Spirit, but in the first generations, the house of Israel took it as a law of the world, a law of the flesh. And they began over time, as we well know, to treat it as such. Okay, check that box, check that box, check that box. I'm okay, I'm in. Thank you very much. But as time progressed and as we advanced spiritually, we, humankind, God began to amplify these laws, to teach us that there were deeper understandings, deeper meanings, deeper purposes contained within them. That we must prepare ourselves for all things, not only for the coming of our Lord, but for the redemption that he brings and for the work that will fall upon us to assist in redeeming ourselves. We cannot redeem ourselves, as we all know, by ourselves, but we must assist, we must assent, we must agree, we must choose Christ. Given his brothers, I doubt he would have chosen to be crucified. But he chose that to save us. And we must choose the hard work that is to come, to honor him, to glorify him, and yes, to help save ourselves. At the end of our gospel for today, we see more cleansing. Our Lord, quite literally, cleans house. And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves. By our misinterpretation, willful or otherwise, of what God intended in his law and in the ways that he gave us, we sullied the house of God. We corrupted his one true temple and brought it down low to us. Rather than ascending to the temple and to God, we brought the temple low to us. And things were bought and sold. Commerce was conducted. Money changed hands. Filthy lucre, root of all evil. Well, here we see it in the very temple of God. And so Jesus, fittingly, cleans house. He says, Not so. You have missed the law, and I have come to teach you the law, the true spirit of the law, the true meaning of the law, that we are to submit, we are to obey, that we are to make the right choices and do the right things, assisting in our own salvation. And yes, to clean ourselves, to clean our hearts, to clean our church, to clean the world. Many of us once upon a time were Episcopalians. That church resisted better efforts at cleansing, and so we had to leave it behind. Plain and simple. Don't resist the cleansing. Don't miss this opportunity to begin to work for the redemption of your soul. We are at the beginning now of all things that matter, of all things of power. In this first half, literally, of our Christian year, we will relive the life of our Lord from womb to tomb, from his coming to his birth, to his life, to his ministry, to his crucifixion, to his resurrection, to his ascension. All these things lie before us, but here, on this day, on this step, in this hour, we must begin. We must take the first step towards acknowledging that all that was ill that befell our Lord was a result of our actions, and that we can make recompense to him by studying his word, by living in his ways, by honoring and participating in his sacraments, and by proceeding to proclaim him King and Lord of all. I bring you these words in